today we have a special guest with us, Pankaj. He is a CEO at MentorCloud. So go ahead and tell me a little bit more about yourself, Pankaj.
Thank you for having me, Shakira. And before I talk about myself, I
Yes.
love your mission, what you're doing at Solvable. And I'm really honored to be actually having this opportunity to talk to you about me and what we do at MentorCloud. So, a little bit about Pankaj. I'm a product of other people's work on me, right? I am who I am as a person, as a professional, because there were so many people who helped inspire, push me, and polish me, right? So I'm very, very grateful. And, it's interesting that, all these people have helped shape my thinking, but at the same time, they've given me the courage to have my own voice. And that's mentorship right there. And that's what brought me to MentorCloud, right? Because I realized that I couldn't be where I am because the help of, without the help of the others, I wanted to give back. So I've been with MentorCloud as CEO at I started at the start of the year as CEO. I've known the company for several years. I fell in love with the mission of the company a long time ago, but then I had the opportunity to kind of be part of this journey together with the team at the start of the year. Quick background on me: I've done a variety of things, helped build very, very big and interesting companies in my past, and all with the help of very smart people surrounding myself. So when people ask me what is MentorCloud, I get goosebumps first of all because I love what we're doing. I believe so. MentorCloud is a human-led growth platform, and the best way to think about us is we help organizations inspire their people to greatness. That's what we do. We actually move people. And that's what gives me the goosebumps, right? We help companies and organizations of all sorts to maximize their employee lifetime value, right? It's not about just the employer, it is about the employee. And that is what is passionate, purpose behind Mentor Cloud. We help you increase productivity, yes, but we also help the employee to grow themselves personally and professionally, right? So we are a human-led growth platform that lots of major companies around the world use to inspire their people.
I love that so much. Let's go ahead and dive into the first question. So the first question is, do you think purpose helps a person's productivity at a company?
Absolutely, right? So think about this, right? I read this a long time ago. Somebody said, the hunt for meaning in life is useless. You have to put meaning in your life. So the idea isn't to find purpose. The idea is to give meaning to your own life, right? I absolutely believe that the modern great companies will be great because they will build meaning into their company's vision and mission, not the other way around, right? So you're not chasing something, you're finding something within you. And when that happens, great things happen, including productivity that we talk about, right? So I'll date myself a little bit here, Shakira. There's an old world where Pankaj comes from, and there's a new world that I'm dealing with every day, right? In people in my generation, we were told, and we were perfectly happy being told what our job was and what we were expected to produce. Go do this, Pankaj. Pankaj would go do it, right? The focus was not on me, the employee. The focus was on company's results. And social responsibility was an afterthought, if at all, right? That world has changed. The new workforce demands a company pay attention to a larger purpose beyond themselves, right? And when you do that, that's when you actually onboard the modern workforce to create something, to produce something, and hence be more productive. So I absolutely believe that purpose drives productivity. And it is even more crucial in the new environment for companies to start paying attention to the human behind the employee. And hence, we believe at Pentacloud in human led growth, not anything else.
Yeah, that's so amazing. So our next question is, do you think when a team is diverse, it helps them to understand each other much better?
Can I tell you a story?
Yes, you can. I love stories.
Yeah. So, 2004, 2005, somewhere around that time, I walk into a meeting in a conference room with the CEO of the company, and he laid out this very compelling and far reaching vision for what he wants to see happen, right? We were all super excited and, like energized. I walk out of that meeting, I go sit at my desk in this little cubicle in Sunnyvale, California, and I kind of make a list of people who work on my team, including myself. I made a list of 9 people. And I looked at that list, Shakira, and said, whoa, they all look like me. Same educational background, same professional experience, or similar. I said, there is no way in hell we're going to get to our vision if this is my team, right? That was my first surreal moment where I was frightened of my job. I said, if I have to accomplish the goal and the vision set for us, I have to be building a much different organization. And that's what I went out and did. On my team, I hired journalists. Remember, this was a tech business. I hired ex football players, I hired musicians, and we built one of the world's first technology SaaS businesses ever and grew it to be a $1 billion company in 6 years. None of that was going to be possible if I had those 9 people, including Pankaj, trying to do this. So diversity helps. So let's make it a little bit more practical, right? So when I think about diversity, there's lots of notions around diversity. The first reaction is gender. Then it's about diversity of opinion, inclusiveness, all those kinds of things. But but I think we have to change the language for outdated business leaders to think about this differently and make it real for them as well, for it to really be promoted, like diversity and inclusivity. So when you put this in terms of, let's say, we are running a large global company, our customers are globally connected and are globally dispersed, hence they are diverse by nature. If my team doesn't look like my customers, how in the world will I ever recognize and connect with my customers the right way? So, in order for me to just serve my markets and my customers, I need to make sure I have a team that understands that mindset, that understands those customers. So, that's a very economic and practical reason for companies all over the world. Forget being morally or ethically right, just economically right. You cannot be running a great business unless you connect with your customers. By that very definition, you need to have a diverse organization. And when you do that, what does it do? It helps us get closer to our customers, our markets. It moves us beyond status quo by understanding new perspectives. So when you build a new product, how do you build a new product? Not with old perspectives, but new perspectives, right? It moves us beyond what we know to what we ought to know. That's fundamentally different, right? And ultimately, because of all of this, we become more innovative, right? We get closer to diverse customers and markets. We break the status quo by incorporating new perspectives so we can build new products and services. And we move beyond the filter of this is what I know to what all there is to know. I become more innovative as a company.
Yeah,
So, absolutely, without diversity, you have zero strategic advantage as a company. Zero.
I totally agree. I totally agree with that. And now we go over to our last question. Do you all offer diverse mentorship at your company?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So we do a lot of different things. So uh, there are organizations and networks, right? So
Mhm.
I'll give you 3 examples really quick. Large global companies are using MentorCloud to connect people from all across the world. A woman in Cairo getting mentored from a person in Sweden. It's just incredible. We have millions and millions of these connections and conversations happening on MentorCloud today, right? Where we are helping companies unlock their resident knowledge and collective wisdom and making it available to the entire collective. It's incredible. It has never happened before. I have a slide that I show my investors, and they say, "Oh, this looks like the United Airlines flight map." It's because we have these lines drawn from a person in Australia being mentored by somebody in Canada. It's just incredible. So that's a classic, customer that we have. The other thing that we do is we help large educational institutions connect their student bodies with the alumni. The alumni help the students understand career choices because they made those same career choices and they relate back to them. The third example I will offer you from a diversity standpoint is we have this amazing, amazing program running in Arizona where we are helping justice impacted population get mentored by local businesses. So small business owners are mentoring and helping previously incarcerated population to help them become more confident to find a job and even start businesses. I remember one of the first mentoring sessions we did, a person, she went back to her car and recorded a video testimonial for us. And she said, "For the first time in my life, I have hope." And she cried, right? Powerful. So when it comes to diverse mentorship opportunities, we absolutely do that. We do that in classic business settings. We do it in networks, and we also do it in socially responsible situations where we can meaningfully change people's lives and their trajectories of the future.
That is amazing. Well, Pankaj, I definitely enjoyed talking with you and learning more about Mentor Cloud and just like how you landed there. You have such an amazing story. Is there anything else that you want to let us know?
Yeah, thank you, Shakira, first of all, for inviting me. I would say, I talk to three new people every week. That's just the way it has been for 10 years for me, personal growth and learning. And what I'm discovering in my most recent conversations is business leaders are stuck right now. They're saying things like, "I hire people every week, but I never get to see them. How do I build a culture? How do I build a bond? How do I connect with them?" So, to all those people who are worried about that, be intentional about mentoring. Don't see mentoring as another thing I do in my extra time. Make mentoring an integral part of how you do business. That's the only way. That's the only way.
Love it so much. Well, I definitely look forward to working with you in the future. Thank you so much, Pankaj, for coming on this podcast.
Thank you, Shakira, for the opportunity. Appreciate it.